Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. So I have not seen you guys in a little bit. It's been like 2 weeks, but I've just kind of had some stuff going on, but I have not been. I've tried to film a few videos, but I just didn't really like them, and I do have a few videos that I am planning on putting out, but it's still gonna be maybe a month until I can actually completely finish the videos. So today's video, we are going to be going over Petco's mice guide. So I have done this video, but with hamsters. I went onto the Petco website or whatever to look and find this, and I saw that every other animal has gotten a new guide, but mice haven't. So this is the old mice guide, I guess. I don't know why they're the only ones that haven't had a new guide, but basically I just wrote down the whole thing, and I'm just going to kind of go over it. I'm going to say what I found, and then we're going to kind of go over it a little bit, and then at the end we'll completely go over it. But let's, I guess, get to it. All right, so on the first thing, they have like a little facts part of it, and it says they are 3 inches long. So I got a tape measure, and we're going to see 3 inches is at, which honestly, I guess that's kind of true. That's kind of true. I would say they're more like maybe 4. No, wow. I literally thought that was so wrong, but yeah, that kind of seems kind of right. And then it says up to 3 years old. Now mice do live longer than hamsters, but 3 years is a bit much. My oldest mouse was like 2 years and like I think 2 months it was. So, and then it says with proper care. Girl, anyway, let's get on to the actual thing. So first thing that they are showing is diet, and it says high quality mouse food or lab blocks and limited amounts of grain, veggies, and fruits. Now honestly, I kind of agree with that. It's kind of weird that they just said high quality mouse food. Like, what kind? Give me a little bit more information. Mice are a little bit more sensitive to diarrhea, so I really wouldn't recommend too many veggies and fruits versus like a hamster. Hamsters do or should have veggies, not necessarily fruits, but veggies. But with mice, they are more prone to diarrhea when it comes to feeding them veggies and stuff, so I wouldn't really recommend that. Next is clean, fresh, filtered water, chlorine-free, water changed daily. You're just doing a little bit too much, because like that should be every single animal. That should be humans even. So I don't know what they're just doing a little too much. And especially with this next part. Do not feed chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, as these can cause serious medical conditions. Avoid sugar and high-fat treats. Now, I agree with the end, but I just feel like it's such weird that they're adding that. Like, I feel like everyone should know to not feed their animal caffeine or alcohol. Whether it's a mouse or a dog, like, you should know not to do that. I mean, chocolate, yeah, I can see how some people might think that is okay, but like caffeine and alcohol, like, I feel like every human in this earth should know not to feed their animal, and it doesn't even have to be a mouse, not to feed them that. I agree with it because yes, it is correct, but like, why are you saying that? Okay, I just made it a lot brighter because I feel like it was not bright enough. Next is their house. This is what the category is. And it says mice acclimate well to average household temperature, not to exceed 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Be cautious of extreme temperatures changes. The habitat should never be in direct sunlight or drafty areas. So again, with this, like 80 Fahrenheit, that's such, like, it should be such basic information. I feel like they're adding just like too basic of information, but I agree with that. Pretty much everything that they said is right. Next thing is habitats should be plastic, metal, glass, and escape proof. With a solid bottom, there should be plenty of room for the mouse to exercise and play. It is best to provide the largest habitat possible. So let's dissect, because there's a lot of things going on. First of all, plastic and metal. Metal, I don't think I've ever seen a metal cage, unless they're talking about like wire cages. Also plastic, no, because mice do enjoy to chew a lot. And I don't really think you should be putting your mouse in a plastic. It's like putting a gerbil in a plastic cage. Not a good idea. Glass, obviously. And I always find it so funny when they include escape proof. Again, who is going to put their animal in that situation? They do not want their animal escaping. Also, with a solid bottom, that's a really good, I'm glad that they included that. And then it is best to provide the largest habitat possible. I'm happy that they included that, but they said mouse, and we will get to that in the next part. Next is 1 to 2 inches of bedding should be placed in habitat. Proper bedding includes high quality paper bedding, crumpled paper bedding, or hardwood shavings. Cedar bedding products are not recommended. So first of all, 1 to 2 inches. Why do they always say 1 to 2 inches? Like, come on, dude. It's not hard to type in a 7, an 8. It's really not that hard to type in that. It's still just another number, but it is very crucial. Hardwood shavings, I don't know if that is aspen, so I could be completely wrong, but I feel like hardwood sounds like pine and cedar. I could be wrong. That could be them referring to aspen, but they should not have pine or cedar. Aspen if you want to have a wood bedding. Mice can be kept in same sex that have been raised together. Different types of small animals should not be housed together. First of all, this is what I was talking about when it came to, they only said mouse. They did not, that's the only part of it that where they were talking about mice should be, or can, they didn't even say should, can be kept together. When mice are a sociable animal, they need other mice. It is very crucial. Now, when it comes to males, that is a whole different topic. They are very territorial. Obviously can't keep them with female unless they are neutered, and they are, you know, territorial to each other. So like when it comes to keeping male and male together, they might fight, but when it comes to females, they should be kept together. They should be at least in a 2, but 3 to 4 is best. I don't like that they didn't include that. They did include it, but they just said can be, not should be, because it should be should. Okay, next topic is normal behaviors and characteristics. Playing during the night and rest in the day. Nocturnal, but can adjust to your schedule. So personally, my mice are up night and day. They're each, because I have 3 mice, they are each kind of on different like schedules, I would say, but they're like different every single day. So like I wouldn't necessarily say, personally, I wouldn't say that my mice are always nocturnal. I see them a lot in the day, like versus hamsters, which they are very nocturnal. Like I have had a lot of hamsters where they are like awake in the day, but it's only to get like food or water. But with my mice, they are up in the day a lot, and they will play a little bit and then they'll go back to bed. So I wouldn't say that they are necessarily nocturnal, but I've owned 9 mice and I've always constantly had mice up in the day. So also, but can adjust to your schedule? No. Small rodents cannot adjust to the human's schedule unless you are forcing them to. Okay, next is very curious, like to burrow, hide in objects and play, easily frightened by loud noises. So let's just go over this. Like to burrow. Yeah, you said 1 to 2 inches of bedding. You cannot burrow in 1 to 2 inches of bedding. just gonna say. You said that they are 3 inches. Now, obviously this is them like long, but if you are only saying 1 to 2 inches of bedding, that's how much bedding you want to put in there. It should be at least that much bedding, but you were saying to put that much. All right, next is chew on objects to maintain teeth which grow constantly. Ensure they have plenty of wood chews or mineral chews. Now, yes, I agree with that. They are constantly growing. They need to be chewing. They are, personally, versus, I know I've been just versing hamsters and mice, but you know, versus hamsters and mice, hamsters I feel like don't chew as much, or at least all the hamsters that I have owned, they really don't chew as much as my mice. My mice chew a lot. But mineral chews, no, those are not safe. You should not be, any small rodent, I don't know, actually, I shouldn't say that because I don't know about rabbits and guinea pigs, but hamsters and mice should not, and gerbils, should not have mineral chews. Not safe for them. All right, next topic is habitat maintenance. Okay, clean and disinfect the habitat and its contents at least once a week with 3% bleach solution. Rinse and allow to dry completely before placing the house back into the habitat. Let's just talk about bleach. What are you doing? What the heck are these people promoting? I mean, obviously it's only 3%, but I would never use bleach for my small rodents. I would be way too scared of it being too strong of a smell for them. And like once a week, why did these people always constantly in hamster forums and all these things, they always say at least once a week? No, it should be at least a month, possibly even more. You should not be fully deep cleaning. With mice, they are different, and I do usually like deep clean when I clean their cage, but that's because I wait 1 to 2 months. But you should not be doing this every single week. I might make a video on it, but I use like almost half vinegar, half water, sometimes less vinegar and more water. That's the solution that I use. You should not be using bleach. What the heck? No, thank you. And I know it's probably safe for them, but I would never use bleach for my animals. No. Okay, remove wet spots daily. Change bedding at least once a week or more often as necessary. Once a week? No. You do not change bedding. I don't know if they're talking about the remove wet spots, because I do agree with that. You should be doing that. But changing bedding at least once a week, I don't know if they're meaning if you remove some bedding, add some bedding, but do not change your bedding each week. Do not. Such a waste of bedding. And also, like I just said, you should be waiting like 1 to 2 months. Okay, next is grooming and hygienic. Mice stay clean and rarely need baths. Males have stronger odors than females, but can be spot cleaned with a damp washcloth or unscented baby wipe if needed. Now, personally, I do agree with this. I don't know about the males have, because I've never owned a male, but I do agree with this. But personally, I have never had to clean my mouse. You don't need to clean your mouse unless like something happened. And the only time that I have ever had to like clean my mouse, which it wasn't even cleaning, one of my mice pooped on each other, so like on her head, and I had to clean it off. But like other than that, you don't need to clean your mice. They're gonna clean themselves. They're gonna clean each other, because you should have more than one. Next is, it is normal for a mouse to have yellow teeth. Cleaning is not necessary. I have never heard anyone ever say that they need to clean their mice's teeth. That is very weird. Consult with a vet if mouse teeth seem too long, and I agree with that. All right, so that is the whole like mice guide, and I'm just gonna kind of go over like a few things that I feel like just did not need to be added. 1, 3 years, because I don't find that true. I feel like I've never met a mouse that lives that long. Chocolate, caffeine, alcohol. The chocolate I understand, but the caffeine and alcohol, I just don't. Plastic, metal, and escape proof. what you doing? What are you doing? 1 to 2 inches of bedding. I strongly, obviously, disagree with that. Hardwood shavings. Let me know down below if that is, does that mean aspen or is that pine and cedar? Because I don't know. Mice can be kept in same sex that have been raised together. Absolutely not. Well, hold on. Yes, I agree with what they are saying, but they are saying it in a wrong way, and that's the only time that they added in that they can be kept together. Like, they added in sociable, but like, I'm guessing that they mean that with human, not with another mouse. So, mineral chews, absolutely don't agree with that. And then at least once a week with 3% bleach solution, and honestly, just the weekly cleans, I don't agree with. They did an okay job. I feel like they didn't go too much into detail of each thing. Like, they really didn't go over habitat size, because habitat size for mice is very like just up in the air. Like, no one really talks about how much space they should have. Personally, I think because mice have to be together, I think that you should at least have 10 gallon each mouse. Now I've seen people do gallon each mouse, but I personally think it should be at least 10. But you know, it's just very up in the air. It's whatever you like, feel like it, but obviously do bigger. But I feel like they did a decent and okay job. Like, the cedar based products are not recommended. That was a good job on their part. Also, remove wet spots daily. That's a pretty good job, and rarely needs baths. I feel like they did a okay job. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.